So I watched The Book of Life over the movie Fury tonight, and you know why? Because I fucking love animation that much. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the movie El Libro de la Vida. That's the Book of Life for all you non-Spanish speakers out there. So the Book of Life begins with these four rambunctious kids who go on a field trip to a museum and get led on a tour by a young lady who takes them to a secret section of the museum that's just decked out with all things dealing with Mexican culture. And she shows them this really big book that's known as the Book of Life that has every story ever written by man. That's right, the Bible's in it, Catcher in the Rye's in it, Winnie the Pooh's in it. And out of all the stories mentioned within the Book of Life, the tour lady decides to tell the kids the story of these two friends named Manolo and Joaquin who compete against each other to win the heart of one of their friends named Maria, and these two gods who place a bet to see which one of them would come out on top. And it basically follows these two as they go from being young kids to full-grown adults and still have this ongoing competition to see which one of them will win the heart of Maria, who came back from her study abroad. And they also have to deal with these banditos who threaten to destroy their city and all that stuff. And it's a pretty fun movie from there on. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was really looking forward to this film for two main reasons. The first one being the animation and art style in the film. The minute that I saw the trailer for this film, I was blown away by how the animation looked. I mean, it looked so creative, it looked so lively, so vibrant. It got me really hyped to see the movie, and then the art style is just so unique. But that alone really convinced me to go see the movie. But my second reason as to why I really wanted to see this movie is because after seeing the art style, I said to myself, you know, this art style looks very familiar. And then I looked it up, and sure enough, the same guy that directed and co-wrote this movie is the same guy that created this really short-lived but really creative and interesting show on Nickelodeon called El Tigre, The Adventures of Manny Rivera. And so I finally got the chance to sit down in a theater and watch this movie. And what did I think about it? I really liked and enjoyed this movie, guys. I had so much fun with it. First off, and I'm really excited to talk about this, the animation. It is just as good as it was in the trailer, if not even better. I just fell in love the minute that I saw the animation in this film. It is just so lively, so energetic, so vivid, so vibrant. Everything that I said earlier, that's exactly what the animation was in this film. And the character designs, all of them are unique. I especially love the character designs of the two gods. I don't really remember what their names were. I think the woman's name was La Muerte. I might have pronounced it wrong. I apologize, I'm not a Spanish speaker, but she was my favorite design in the entire movie. She looked freaking awesome, and her sombrero, her hat, just really cool. I really liked the story in this film. I felt like it was very entertaining and a whole lot of fun. And the way that it was structured and presented in the film made it really feel like it was something out of a storybook. Like it's an old Mexican folktale that was being read to us like in a classroom, or maybe even as a bedtime story, which makes sense because the tour lady was reading this to a bunch of kids. But it really gave off that really authentic feel of a storybook, and I gotta give them props there. Most of the characters were very interesting, each one of them having their own unique personalities, and just like the story, were a whole lot of fun. It was just a blast seeing the characters interact with each other. I especially loved our three main characters of Manolo, Joaquin, and Maria. Manolo comes off as the everyman of the story, a man that has a particular set of skills but isn't really that special, but has a huge heart and a lot of passion, while his best friend, Joaquin, is the Superman of the story, a man that has a lot of talent, everybody loves and adores him, and he's very narcissistic, but a whole lot of fun. And then there's Maria, the love interest of the story, but she doesn't strictly follow the love interest archetypes in a story like this, no. She's a more proactive and progressive-minded character who doesn't abide by the rules and traditions in this old town. I mean, she could hold her own in a fight, she doesn't like the idea of having to marry somebody because somebody told her to do it, and she also has her own unique personality. Some other standout characters, of course, are the two gods who make the deal to see which one of the boys will win over Maria's heart. I really like the girl. Again, her design is just so unique and I loved it. The Sanchez family, they were a whole lot of fun, and the mariachi band, one of them being voiced by Cheech Marin, I loved every minute with these characters. And speaking of Cheech Marin, all the members of the voice cast did a fantastic job at portraying their characters, especially our three main leads. We got Diego Luna for Manolo, he did a really good job. Channing Tatum as Joaquin, he portrayed that character so well. And finally, Zoe Saldana as Maria. I also like the voice work done by the actress who did the woman god. I just think I'm in love with this character. Like, I'm so enamored by her. She is mi amor. And the last thing that I really like about this film is the music, especially the covers of very popular songs. Not only were they very pleasing to hear, but I would almost argue that they are even better than the original. Yes, I said that. But my all-time favorite song in the entire movie is this one song that Manolo sings to Maria as he serenades her in the moonlight. That song, I just gotta have it. I tried finding it on YouTube, it's nowhere. I gotta like wait another month until they put the song on YouTube because I just want to hear that song again. It was so damn good. So it seems like I'm just in love with this movie and that I have no problems with it, right? Wrong, because I do have a couple problems with this film. The first and biggest problem that I had with this film was the last third of the film. I felt like it was extremely rushed and that they could have expanded more on some moments in the last third of the film. The second problem that I have with this film was that some of the characters came off as really annoying and pointless or really generic and bland. The one character that I felt like was really annoying and pointless was this character by the name of the Candlemaker, voiced by Ice Cube. I just felt like he didn't really serve a huge purpose in the film besides introducing the characters to the Book of Life. And the voice work done by Ice Cube just felt so jarring because normally when you think of Ice Cube, he plays like these really tough characters. I know that's stereotyping the actor, but still, that's the way that I picture Ice Cube whenever he would do a character. This character felt so out of left field for Ice Cube. He's so energetic and fluffy and light, which makes sense because his beard is made of clouds, but it just didn't feel like a character that Ice Cube would play. Not only that, but my God, for the second time this year, Ice Cube does another line where he says, "Today was a good day." I'm not shitting you guys. There is a line in this movie where he says to some character, "Today was a good day of the dead." And I thought my puns were forced and terrible. The character that came off as generic and bland, in my opinion, was actually the main antagonist of the film, this guy whose name I don't even remember because he's not that memorable as a character or even as the main villain. He's just this generic big tough guy who's looking for this MacGuffin to make him stronger again. That's all his character is. And there's actually a plot hole with this character to where he is looking for this medal. Like I said, it's a MacGuffin. And it's never really explored how he came about getting it and how does he know about it and how did he lose it in the first place. Like, what happened there? And the last problem that I have with this film is that some of the relationships could have been a little bit more developed and fleshed out. I especially wish that they could have developed and gone into more detail on the friendship between Manolo and Joaquin. I wanted to see how they became friends and how strong their friendship really was, because to be honest, in the film it just felt like they were kind of like casual friends. Like, they were childhood friends, they knew each other, and then they went their separate ways, and then they met up and they're like, "Oh, hey buddy," but they never really felt like the strongest of friends, and I really wish they could have developed the friendship a little bit more. And just like in all my other reviews, I do have one glaring nitpick with the movie. Now, this doesn't detract from the movie, it's just something that really irked me and made me go, wow, what a waste of potential. And that is the fact that this movie is called The Book of Life, and in this movie there's this book that has every story written by man. And my only nitpick with the movie is, why did the movie choose to only tell one story in a book that has literally every story written by man? I mean, you still could have called it The Book of Life and told like 3 different stories to all these kids, and we could have like explored different worlds, different cultures. It had a lot of potential to be more than just this one linear story told to these kids. Not to say that it's bad, it's just that it's a missed opportunity in a sense. But besides that one glaring nitpick and the few problems that I had with this film, I overall really enjoyed watching The Book of Life from beginning to end. It's a really good family movie and has some of the most creative and vivid animation I've seen all year. And that's why I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It is definitely worth watching, especially for fans of animation and lovers of Mexican culture. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you really like and enjoy it? Did you love the animation as much as I did? Or did you find it to be so-so and you really weren't into it? And let me know, what is the most vivid and creative animation you've seen in an animated film ever? Comment below and let me know. And until the next video comes, guys, if you would like to be a part of the Black Critic crew, hit that subscribe button right there. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. Share this video with all your friends. And I'm Tony Watt II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.